guys, Broheen here from the Gamers Emporium channel, bringing you another mage video. By request, quite a lot of you have wanted an updated guide for Chloromancer, so here goes nothing. It's pretty much the same as what it used to be. So it's still 61 Chloro, 5 Harbinger, 10 Dominator. At least that's the way I run it. So for Harbinger, put your 5 points in Eldritch Knowledge. For Dominator, put your 5 points in Mental Fortitude and 5 points in Acumen. And for your masteries, we're going to talk about the level 63 mastery, but for now, we use Bulwark of Souls, Healing Expertise, for the 64 Calculated Annihilation, and Phantom Stream. So the reason why we use Phantom Stream is because it's basically a cooldown ability single target heal. You can use that for when you're single target healing, such as tank healing with Synthesis, and then in that case, I would also use Mental Sinister instead. For tank healing, for AoE healing, which we'll get to in the next video, you're going to want to use Eldritch Swiftness and probably Arcane Manipulation. So, I mean, either way, I guess, yeah, Arcane Manipulation would be the way to go. You could probably work it in with Ethereal Flux, but I don't think it's going to be as good. I haven't tried personally, so, but for now, for tank healing, we're going to be keeping Phantom Stream on, and we're going to be keeping Mental Sinister on. So the overall build is virtually the same as what it's always been for me. So the macros that we're going to need for single target healing is basically a synth swap macro, and let's see, we have our single target heals, which is, I use Mouseovers, so we got Bloom, Healing Torrent, Natural Torrent. We don't use those all that much, very situational, and it seems to work better on a non-tank to quick give them a little heal up. So, Symbiosis is a Mouseover macro in case I need to get extra heals on the tank. And then, of course, we have our Radiant Spores, Withering Vine macro still. We should always open with that. And then, we have our Nature's Touch, which is a stopcasting, and then cast Nature's Touch, and then our main spam, which should be up all the time, which is cast Corrosive Spores, Ruin, and Vile Spores. So, things that are on my bar, we have a single target cleanse, and we also have our, actually this is the single target cleanse, and this is the AoE cleanse, so use them both on the bar. We have our B-Res, which I also have macroed with a Mouseover. So, Entropic Veil still here, because that, especially in the new dungeons, you have to keep that up all the time. Consumes your charge, but it gives you that extra bonus to your healing ability, so it really makes a difference. So all the utility in Chloromancer, especially for the new dungeons, definitely utilize all of it, including like Phantom Stream is your big heal. Resurgence even helps if you put that on the tank before they run in, so that way they already have a hot on them. Natural Conversion, still haven't really found a good place for this, but it works situationally. Other than that, that's pretty much it. We get Reflective Command out of the Dominator tree that helps for reflecting spells as well. Again, used situationally. Our buffs that we're going to use are Living Energy, Living Aegis, Lightning Blade. The Crystal doesn't really even matter anymore. And for single target healing, I have a trinket for single target healing. It's an old trinket, but it still works. So, rotation-wise, you always want to open up with Radiant Spores and Withering Vine to get those dots on. And then you want to use your main spam, which includes Corrosive Spores, Ruin, and Vile Spores. Except for tank healing, we're not going to focus on Vile Spores, which is why the Void Life with the stopcasting syntax is in there. That comes into play to cut off your Vile Spores, so you can immediately start doing Void Life if you're a button spammer like I am. So it's kind of a fail-safe. So pretty much start off with your Radiant Spores and Withering Vine, get all your dots up, and when you start seeing Vile Spores casted, then just hit Void Life over and over. Every 2 Void Lives, you get a free Nature's Touch, which is just like that. Go back to Void Lives until those dots fall off the enemy, then use your main spam again to keep those up. It's very crucial to keep those up. Yeah, the stop casting function kind of gets in the way a little bit there. So basically for tank healing, you're going to want to have synthesis on the target. I'm sure you all know that already since this is just kind of an update video, but make sure you synthesis your tank. That also casts Life-Bound Veil onto the target, so that way all your heal spells generate heals on the tank. So also we have Wild Growth here. Wild Growth can go up, and that will increase your it'll heal over 12 seconds on up to 10 nearby party members. Also increases damage taken on the enemies by 10%. So that's crucial for, like, you know, especially when you're in your last 30%, or I mean, really you can use Wild Growth right off the bat too. It stacks with some things, so it depends on how you want to use it, but anywhere really is fine. Depends on how your group wants you to use it. So as far as other things on the bar that I need to go over, if your raid starts to take damage, you have Flourish. You can quick, boost them up with that. And then you have your big heal, which is Essence Surge that I put on a Mouseover macro as well. That I usually have my raid frames right over here, so I just hover over it, press my 9 button, and it's a big heal. So. But that's really pretty much it for Chloro. So to recap and summarize, open up with Radiant Spores and Withering Vines every time, then get all your dots up, and when you start casting a Vile Spores, just hit your Void Life macro and cast this twice, and every other Void Life you get a free Nature's Touch. You usually go pretty much one rotation, so once you cast your spam here, by the time you get through 2 Void Lives and you cast your Nature's Touch, you're pretty much ready to go back into that main spam. Now, unfortunately, you can't see the heals per second that I'm putting out here because these are on practice dummies. So, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. Also, make sure that your Radiant Spores and Withering Vines stay up all the time. That's very crucial as well, as party members will heal each other or heal themselves for hitting the target. And that pretty much is it for as far as tank healing is covered. So just focus your target, focus any target, and you'll heal the tank. So you just have to remember to keep up all your dots, and every other Void Life, use Nature's Touch for those big heals, as you get bonus heals from that. And you also have your Phantom Stream. You can target the tank with that, and it'll heal them for 40,000 damage, so which is pretty awesome. So, alright, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, leave a comment. In the next video, I'm going to be covering AoE heals and that rotation, so hopefully this is what you guys wanted as far as the people that wanted the healing build. You saw how the points are applied, the masteries are applied, and a basic rotation. Unfortunately, it's not in a raid setting, but this will do just fine. It did in the other videos as well. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.